What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel. Now, I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys ate way too much food and had a lot of time seeing family and all that goes with that. I hope that you survived Black Friday. This was the first year that I actually went out for Black Friday, and it was pretty crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed that and are having a great Black Friday. So, the next mon in our in-game team is going to be Grimmsnarl. Now, Grimmsnarl is, I believe, the best mon competitively that we have done so far out of these four. And so I'm really excited to be bringing you a mon that I think has an opportunity to stay in OU. This mon is very good, and it serves a really good role that not a whole lot of other mons serve right now. There are a couple, and we will go over those later on this channel, but this one does it better than most of the other ones, I believe. So I think that he has a place in OU. He might drop down to UU, but I kind of doubt it. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of his sets. Now, Grimmsnarl is a really good mon. Let's just look at him in general. So his stats are HP base 95, which is pretty good. His defenses are 65 and 75, which leave a little bit to be desired, but they're not terrible. And then a base 120 attack. That's really good. Now, he is slow at base 60, so you're not going to be outspeeding much of anything, but with most of the sets that we're running on this, that speed stat is not going to matter at all. So he also gets the ability Prankster, and Prankster is what really sets this mon apart and will really help this mon be very good. So if you don't know what Prankster does, Prankster basically raises the priority of any move that doesn't deal damage. And so these are any move that doesn't directly deal damage, so things like Taunt, Screens, Thunderwave, Toxic, anything like that, it allows those to go first. So this first set that we're going to look at is actually a screen setting set. I think that Grimmsnarl is one of the best screeners right now, and so if you need screen support, I think he is a great go-to. This first set is going to be Taunt, Light Screen, Reflect, and Thunderwave, holding the Light Clay. The Light Clay is going to extend your screens up to 8 turns rather than just 5, so that gives you a little longer to stay bulky. Now, this mon works really well with things like Ice Cube, which appreciates having that bulk on the special side. Especially since it can only take one hit on the physical side, it's nice to have this. And other belly drummers as well, or anything that is on the frail side, would really appreciate having this mon around. Taunt is for opposing rockers or any other kind of setters of other screens, or you could be setting up spikes, toxic spikes, anything like that. It'll shut that down. The last move we have on here is Thunderwave, just to help slow down the opposing team so that when you bring in something else, it can outspeed it a lot easier and go ahead and take it out. So this would be really nice for something if like a Gyarados comes in, or possibly a Galarian Darmanitan, to go ahead and paralyze that so it's not nearly as much of a threat and it's much easier to take out in the future. So yeah, I think this is a great set, but I have a few more sets for you to look at today. So the next set we're going to look at is a bulk up set. Now, I think that bulk up is actually really nice on Grimmsnarl because his physical defense is lower than his special defense. So he is naturally a little more specially bulky, but with bulk up, we can fix that. So what I have here is bulk up, Darkest Lariat, Spirit Break, and Drain Punch with leftovers. So with bulk up is boosted by Prankster, so you will go first. So you'll get your extra physical bulk before you get hit by a move. We have Darkest Lariat, which is formerly Incineroar's signature move. Now, what's so great about Darkest Lariat is it goes through stat changes. So if your opponent is boosting up defenses on top of you, you can easily just go right through that. This completely ignores any of those boosts. Spirit Break, we're running Spirit Break over Play Rough. It is at the cost of 15 base power, which can make a difference, but it is 100% accurate, and I've missed way too many play roughs to where I feel safe running play rough over a move that is 100% accurate. So I tend to run Spirit Break, but if you're feeling more lucky, then you could also run play rough in its place. The last move we have is Drain Punch, and this will help us to stay healthy longer. Especially with a bulk up set, we're going to want to try to keep as much HP as we can, and Drain Punch will really help us. As well, it also helps us deal with steel types, which really like to come in on Grimmsnarl. So the third set we're going to look at is an Assault Vest set. Now, the Assault Vest set I don't think is insanely powerful, but I do think it has its place. With a base 120 attack, if you run Adamant, this thing hits extremely hard, and the Assault Vest allows it to take a few more hits than it normally would on the special side. But so we're going to be running Darkest Lariat and Spirit Break for its dual stab. We run Sucker Punch so that it can go first, because now we don't have priority on any of these moves. And then in the last slot we have Hammer Arm. You're not really worried about the speed, and this gives us a lot more power. Yes, it is a 90% accurate move. And so in its place, you could also run things like Drain Punch. But I tend to run Hammer Arm just for the extra power. Now we do want to run Frisk on this set over the Prankster. And the reason is because none of these moves are actually helped by Prankster at all. And Frisk actually is not a bad ability at all. It is better than Pickpocket. Pickpocket really isn't that great of an ability at all. But Frisk, when you switch in, it tells you what your opponent's item is. This can really help you to get some really valuable information on your opponent's team, or at least on a specific set. If you are wondering whether something is, Specs or Scarf, you can find that out. If you want to know if something is more of a bulky set or an offensive set, usually the item will tell you. And so Frisk really helps you to gain a lot of information about your opponent's sets very quickly. So yeah, and Frisk could be okay on several other sets that are not listed on here, but I do believe that overall you're going to want Prankster over it. Now, this set I don't think is insanely good, but I do think it has some use, and it is going to be a rest set. Now, we're going to be running leftovers on this. So, a rest, sleep talk, bulk up, drain punch set. So the whole point of this set is you set up bulk ups with Prankster. Once you start getting low HP, you go for rest, which is also boosted by Prankster. You get all your health back. Then, during the turns that you are asleep, you can go for sleep talk, and you can pull bulk up or drain punch. If you're unlucky, you pull rest. But then you are getting bulkier, and you're getting more health back with drain punch. Now, alternatively, you could run something like Darkest Lariat in place of drain punch, because you are healing yourself up with rest. But I do like having that extra help there. Now we are running a fully specially defensive set on here because we are boosting both our attack and our defense with bulk up. So we really don't need the attack boost necessarily. Now an alternative to this set with rest anyway would be to run Resto Chesto and take off Sleep Talk for another coverage move. So you could run Drain Punch and Darkest Lariat, or you could run Spirit Break or anything like that, and those would also work really well. Just keep in mind that you would only get one use of rest in that case, and after that you would stay asleep and not be able to move. Now the last set we're going to look at is the meme set. I always try to include one just weird set that could be okay, but most of the time probably isn't what you're going to want to run. But so our meme set for today is going to be Trick Toxic Orb. Now this allows you to take the item of whatever your opponent has. So if it is this really helps against things like Galarian Corsola. Not that Galarian Corsola really wants to stay in on something like this, but if you have weakened his team down enough, then maybe it will think to stay in on this. And so you could trick a Toxic Orb onto something, take away maybe its Choice Band, its Choice Scarf, anything like that, and poison it. Then you have Protect to help with Toxic Stalling, and you have Drain Punch to help get your health back. Sucker Punch is there just to take off that last little bit of HP so that you don't have to take a hit. I don't think that this set is insanely useful, but I do think that in certain situations it really could help take your opponent off guard, and taking away a Choice Scarf or Choice Band or anything like that off of your opponent, giving them a Toxic Orb, that could really help shut down a really strong offensive threat. So yeah, that is Grimmsnarl. So I think that he is a really great mon. I really do think that he can stay in OU. He may drop to UU, but I kind of doubt that he will, just because he is so good at setting screens. But yeah, he's a great mon, and he's a lot of fun to use. Hopefully we will be doing some Wi-Fi battles with him in it. I have almost got my first team ready in game. I've been doing a lot of breeding in the past few days, and hopefully I will be ready to bring you guys a Wi-Fi battle soon, and I hope to be doing some Showdown Lives as well. But yeah, so that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you liked it, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the next one. Bye-bye.